All right, so the items needed are a brining bag, extra large, heavyweight, 2 gallons of water, brown sugar, minced garlic, black pepper, canning salt, and Worcestershire sauce. So those are some ingredients that you can use. You can also kind of put in some of your own flavors as well, just from some research that I did. But today, we're going to start by brining our turkey. So just a little bit, we'll get started. All right, so we've mixed together our ingredients, our canned salt, our Worcestershire sauce, our minced garlic. We've done the brown sugar in there, and I'll put those ingredient measurements on the video as well. So if you subscribe, like the video, obviously you're going to get some of that information. But then for the mixture into the brining bag, as you can see here, we got the brining bag. It's big enough to where we're going to put the turkey in there. We're going to pour all the marinade juices inside of that bag, and we're going to let that sit for about 24 to 30 hours or so, and then we're going to smoke our turkey. So we'll see you soon to get some of those things ready. All right, so we've got our brining bag ready. We've got the turkey in there, so we removed the neck bone, the giblet gravy, we removed the plastic guard that was inside there. So all that's there is just the turkey, our brining marinade, and we got in the bag. We got that little tray underneath. We're going to put that in the fridge, and we're going to let that sit for about right around 30 hours. And on Thanksgiving morning, we'll get up and start our smoking. So we'll get to that soon, and we'll see you then. All right, so we've taken the turkey out of the brine, and we are getting ready to put some flavoring on the outside of the turkey before we start smoking it. So you want to come on over. A couple of things we're going to do. I've got some ingredients here. I like to use, just as a personal tip, just some butter flavored nonstick cooking spray. You can get this from Walmart. Like to use this just to kind of put a light coating over the turkey. Gives it that nice golden brown color, and using that just to get the rub and some of our Tony Chachere's here to stick to the skin. So that's a good source to use for that. So we're going to get started with a little bit of Tony Chachere, just some original Creole seasoning. You can use whatever you want as flavoring from just a lot of the research that I've done. But today we're going to use a little bit of Tony Chachere, just a little bit of light rub on the outside. You just kind of want to coat it, just kind of get it all over your turkey. Some good key areas are the legs, the breast, and then the thigh back here. The wings, you kind of want to just put a good coating there, but you know, most of your famous pieces to eat are those bigger, chunkier, meatier pieces. So we're just going to kind of put a little bit of a rub on that, just to give us a bit of a coating there. And then we're going to, you know, I'll put just a little bit of smoking rub. And this is not really for flavoring, but just for color. It may add just a little touch of flavoring to the outside of the skin as you eat it, but mostly just using this for color. So we're going to sprinkle that just a little light over the top, just for that little bit of smoke hint flavor there. Nothing too dramatic. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pin our wings back. Some research that I've done is you want the wings to stay tightly in, because as you're smoking it, we don't want those wings to burn before the actual rest of the turkey gets cooked, or smoked rather. So we're going to take some time to pin our wings down Probably bring our legs in a little bit and draw it all together as tight as you can. But then also rolling in that extra excess of skin and pinning that just to your top, middle, just right in there. Just kind of keeps that, again, just tight, fixed. So stick around a little bit. We're going to be back and we're going to go through the steps to smoke your turkey. Thanks so much. See you in a minute. All right, so now before we get it on the smoker, we're going to do some injection. This is just some Tony Chachere's Creole, injectable Creole style butter. So we're going to use this and we're going to kind of just inject it all throughout the breast, into the legs, in the thighs mostly, a little bit and probably a little bit of the wing area, just to give it that added juicy flavor when you cut into it after it's done being smoked. So we're going to get that in there. You just want to go into about 3 or 4 spots. Don't want to go too deep. The kits, you'll actually get the, they come with the injectors, which is nice. Just at Walmart, you can get the stuff in there. So I like to put just a little bit extra in the breast, just because that's the most flavor, or the most meaty area, if you will. So stick around, we'll be back shortly to get a smoke. All right, so we're out here, we're gonna get the smoker prepared. It's a little after 8:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving morning, so we're gonna heat this thing up to about 275. I got about a 13-pound turkey, so we're gonna smoke it for about 4 hours, maintaining that temperature. So first we're gonna get our smoker started. I got the Oklahoma Joe smoker. Some things I've done to it, I put gaskets around to seal, keeping as much heat and smoke as possible, all around the borders. I've also put seal, some heat seal that you can get. I got those things off of Amazon, very inexpensive. All the way around each open area, which would typically leak heat. So I sealed it up as good as possible. So it does pretty well. It levels temperature pretty decently. I've got 2 temperature gauges. We're gonna get this thing smoked here in just a few minutes. So I just want to kind of briefly tell you a little bit about the Oklahoma Joe. Really like it. It's been a great smoker. But we're going to get started today. So what we're doing is we're not using charcoal for our smoke. We're going to be using just the wood. We're not soaking the wood. We're going to use a fire starter, and we're actually we got this Western premium cherry wood. So we'll be using it to get it started. I got a little bit left over from my last batch. We're going to just stack, some wood in there. To get it started. We're actually going to use it as our charcoal, if you will, as our heat source. So what we're going to do is, you can see right in here, come on over, you can see right in here, we got our fire starter. So we're just going to stack the wood around the starter, and you want to put the wood down with the rough edges on top. As you can see, that's the smooth edge. We're going to put the rough edges on top. We're going to light the starter until we burn the wood into a gray color. That's going to give us an opportunity to use it as our charcoal, if you will. So we're going to get this thing started, get the heat going, and then we'll be back soon. All right, so we got our turkey on here. If you want to come on over, take a look. So we pinned her in. We'll get her closed down. I'll show you a couple things. Well, come on over. Let me show you a couple things that I did. I added some apple juice over here to the side, mixed with some water just to keep the moisture in there while we're smoking. It's probably going to take us about 5 hours to get her all done. I've added tin foil down on the bottom. Just it's easy to do that so that while you're smoking, at the end it's an easy cleanup process too as well. All right, stick around and we'll be back. Some tips that you can use, you know, definitely while you're, if you can see kind of through there, definitely while your wood is getting, is burning, you know, keeping that vent open a little bit more than halfway. Got a little fan going over here, just kind of to help, because there's no wind today, just kind of help bring the air through to push the smoke through the smoker and then out the stack. So that's going to pull that heat in to allow for temperature to rise. You can stabilize your heat actually by your chimney here. You know, the more you open and close this, the more that temperature is going to actually stay heat. So common misconception is that when you open this stack, if you close it, you're trapping the heat in, so you think that may keep the temperature hot in there, when actually the further you open it, the hotter it gets inside here, because it's bringing that smoke through to go out your chimney. So just a quick tip on heat. That's always a challenge, I know for us, is to get that temperature controlled at the right level. Alright, so we got our temperature at 275, working to heat up and smoke our turkey. Probably going to be on to about, I'd say about 1:30 this afternoon, but looking out very well. Looking forward to what that turkey's going to look like. So here it is. It's our smoked turkey. So we're going to cut into it and see how it turns out. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, do it yourself, Dad. See you next time.